Welcome back to the program. So just today, President Trump has announced that the organization in Venezuela, Narco Sun, whatever it was called, has now been designated as a terrorist organization. Now, typically when that happens, there's a reason for it, because military force should follow next. All of our equipment, all of our soldiers, all of a lot of stuff are in the Caribbean. They're near Puerto Rico, and yes, they are near Venezuela. And I think that President Trump's designation today, designating this Venezuelan organization as a narco-terrorist organization, is now going to give him the green light to go in and take out these cartels. He also said today that he would be totally fine with taking out Mexican cartels and Colombian cartels. He said, sure, no problem, I'd love to do it. So something's going to happen. Something kinetic is going to happen. I don't know when, but it could happen pretty soon. Now, with that, I have been saying for the longest time that we need to designate a lot of organizations as terrorist organizations. Democratic Socialists of America, of course, the Communist Party USA, right? Others have been saying others, Muslim Brotherhood, what have you. Well, looks like Governor Greg Abbott finally has some stones and is leading the way, because today he has designated the Muslim Brotherhood and Cair as foreign terrorist transnational criminal organizations and has banned them. This is the good part. Banned them from buying or acquiring land in Texas. Now, I would love to see states take it a step further and ban the Chinese Communist Party, call them a terrorist organization, an international foreign terrorist transnational criminal organization, so that they can no longer buy American property as well. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for today, here's what Greg Abbott was able to do. Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced that he has designated the Muslim Brotherhood and the Council on American Foreign Islamic Relations, CAIR, as foreign terrorists and transnational criminal organizations. Now, the CAIR one is very simple. It's very easy. Number one, they're funding terrorists. They support Hamas, and they are indeed a criminal organization. They were designated as such in 2014 by the United Arab Emirates. It's time the United States of America calls CAIR what they truly are, which is indeed a terrorist organization. Now, the move bans the organization from buying or acquiring land in the great state of Texas and authorizes the Attorney General to sue to shut them down. The Muslim Brotherhood and CAIR have long made their goals clear to forcibly impose Sharia law and establish Islam's masterpiece of the world. This is what Governor Abbott said today. The actions taken by the Muslim Brotherhood and CAIR to support terrorism across the globe and subvert our laws through violence, intimidation, and harassment are unacceptable. Today, I am designating the Muslim Brotherhood and CAIR as foreign terrorist organizations and transnational criminal organizations. These radical extremists are not welcome in our state of Texas and are now prohibited from acquiring any real property and interest in the state of Texas. God bless him for doing this. Now, Texas has seen a major increase in Muslims living in Texas. As a matter of fact, there's been a 25% increase in Muslim population in just the Lone Star State in a decade. They are now up to 350,000 to 400,000, with projections placing Islam as America's second largest faith. I want you to remember that. They are projecting Islam as the second largest faith by 2040. Prison conversions are adding a lot of this, as 9 to 18% of inmates identify as Muslim, comprising 80% of all religious backgrounds and shifts behind bars. There have also been concerns over the construction of the, quote, Epic City, a planned Islamic megacity outside of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The East Plano Islamic Center, via its affiliate Community Capital Partners, is seeking to construct a 1,000-home settlement around 40 minutes from outside Dallas. The so-called Sharia City would come complete with a mosque, Muslim schools, community college, and sporting facilities, while serving as a reminder of Islam's growing influence across America and the Western world. You know, that's the part that I have a problem with. You know, these communities, these people come into our country. They don't assimilate, which means it's an invasion. And then they expect to disobey our rules. They lie to us using taqiyya, which is in the Quran, which basically says to lie to the infidel. Tell them whatever the hell they need to hear so that you can lie to them so they'll believe you. A lot of gullible, stupid liberals, obviously, right, that believe in that garbage. And this is what happens. And they did it to Europe. They did it to London. They did it to Germany. They did it to France really bad. They're doing it to Sweden, Denmark, Norway. Everywhere these, throat slitters and dirty nightshirts go, they cause havoc, harm, and violence. Every single country that has Muslims in it that are continuing to grow in population also grow in violence. It's hand in hand. Why? Well, because when they come into these countries, they like to rape, rob, and pillage the native folk. And because the native folk are, quote, the infidel, that's why they do it. That's exactly why they do it. In October, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton uncovered alleged illegal activities by these developers. He said, quote, I've uncovered illegal activities by Epic City developers and requested a referral from the State Securities Board to file this lawsuit, Ken Paxton said at the time. After a thorough investigation, it has become clear that the developers behind Epic City flagrantly and undeniably violated the law, he said. Attorney General Ken Paxton announced the identification of evidence that entities connected to the East Plano Islamic Center, EPIC, that's what it stands for, and development project violated federal and state securities laws and regulations. Attorney General Paxton has formally requested that the Texas State Securities Board immediately review the findings and refer the matter back to the Office of the Attorney General in order to file another lawsuit against those who broke the law. Well, how about not just filing lawsuits? Why don't we grab these bastards by their throat and arrest them and throw them in jail if there are crimes that they committed? But that's just me. So anyway, I wanted to cover this because this is something that, Texas is dealing with, Arizona is dealing with, Georgia is certainly dealing with, Tennessee is dealing with, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, anyone? Upstate New York has been dealing with this issue and this problem. Mom Donnie now in the financial epicenter of the United States. These leftist scumbags from DSA and the Communist Party USA and these Islamo-fascists, I got to give them credit. They didn't go to, become the mayor of, I don't know, whatever, like a small town, Santa Fe, New Mexico, or, whatever, Tucson, Arizona. No. They went for the gusto. They said, no, we're coming to New York. Yes, that's right. We're going to take over the biggest, most powerful, most wealthiest city in your country. That's what they did. The arrogance of them. And that's what burns me. That's what angers me. And that's why I will continue to fight against this and continue to push to have these organizations designated as terrorist organizations, despite not getting any credit for it, despite being the Rodney Dangerfield, I got no respect, I tell you, I get no respect at all, of conservative media. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Does it burn my ass a little bit? Yeah, so does a flame about this high. But I digress. The bottom line is, I just want President Trump and the administration to act. Whoever gets credit for it, who cares? Let's just get them to act. Okay? We've got to take this problem serious. And here's the other thing. I'll end with this. There are 420 million guns in the hands of about 120 million armed Americans, of which 42% of households have more than one firearm. That is the difference between Europe, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, you name it, and the United States of America. We will not fold. We will not bend. That is what I want to put out there, because we have a Second Amendment and we will protect ourselves, our integrity, our freedoms, our right, and yes, our country from anyone that tries to harm it. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.